Great British love affair with train travel is as old as the railways themselves. From the beating heart of London's metropolis to the majesty of the Scottish Highlands. Connecting coast and countryside with our great cities, the East Coast Line has it all.
Disregard that, it's a glitch.
But it's the people who give life to this railway.
I'm on Frisco, I trust him.
British public are the best form of entertainment on the planet.
The East Coast Line carries 19 million passengers a year on 155 train journeys a day, along almost 1,000 miles of track. East Coast is the largest operator on the line. It runs trains, manages stations, and employs nearly 3,000 staff.
That's all you do it all day. I'm not playing with you while you're showing off.
The East Coast workforce toils tirelessly.
Handy bags, please.
From driving trains...
Look at this office window. Fantastic.
...to making breakfasts...
I've cooked that much bacon over the years. Surprised I haven't turned into a pig.
...to controlling the whole train set.
Morning. That's absolutely excellent, Graham.
Keeping everything on track behind the scenes and in public.
I've been standing here for half an hour.
These are the real heroes of the railway. East Coast Trains is one of Britain's largest transport companies, speeding thousands of passengers every day between London, the East Midlands, the north of England and Scotland.
Oh, me bacon.
Despite employing close to 3,000 people, its workforce often resembles a huge extended family.
Isn't that lovely?
They teach each other.
It's in Liam's hands now. The train's only 90 seconds away.
They test each other.
Someone comes to you and says, there's someone banging on that toilet door. They're locked in, they can't get out. How are you going to get them out?
Occasionally they quarrel.
Staff messed up with fish cakes.
The staff didn't mess up. The chef took the wrong orders.
Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Bethany.
But they're always there for each other.
3 years ago, I was a cancer patient. All I could think of when I was going through it was, I just want to get back to work. I just want to get back in my uniform.
A job on the railway can be a job for life.
Good news.
As part of a family that really looks after its own.
Oh, sorry. Nah. Yes.
Good work. Really good work.
Once you work for the railway, you kind of get a little bit sucked in. You make all of your friends there. A lot of people end up meeting their life partners there and end up getting married. They have children, and even their children come to work on the railway. It's totally a railway family. Like, it's an amazing experience, and for somebody to be a part of that or come into that, it's just exceptional.
It's the crack of dawn in Newcastle, and catering for the first-class passengers on board the early morning 4:45 to London are Chef Mark and crew leader Nigel. This dynamic duo are as close as any married couple.
Is that a flying bit of toast there, was it?
So it popped out the toaster.
Oh, toaster up there now.
High velocity.
The toaster's up there nowadays, is it? Right, let's get this porridge.
The service is nicknamed the Porridge Express because as the train gets closer to London, the orders for porridge start coming in thick and fast.
Oh, you've got time to drink tea, have you?
Yeah, we're gone. Yes, I've got time to drink tea. I'm paid for what I know, you see.
I do enjoy working with Mark, yeah. He's a good laugh. The work gets done. We look after each other, really.
Do you want me to take the orders?
If you want to.
It's up to you, I can give you a hand. Is your pen then, Nige?
Nigel and Mark are so close that they occasionally even swap roles, though not without the odd inevitable disagreement.
There you go. From York for breakfast this morning. Any orders from York? Being sandwich.
Mark likes to help out by taking the orders, which is a great help a lot of the time. However, we work to different codes to Mark does.
Coffee.
Thank you.
Grill for you.
When I help taking the orders for Nigel and other crews, I always get it right.
Do you want any food? Yeah. What can I get you? Full breakfast, thank you.
Where I would put F for fish, he puts S for salmon. which S for salmon looks very similar to G for grill.
Oh, all right, G for grill. You know, S for salmon.
Order the grill. No. I'm giving people salmon that order grills because he's put S's instead of F's and...
So somebody's ordered a breakfast but have moved and nobody's claiming it. So I'll just wander about and sort of shout, grill.
And they'll always go, oh, Mark, we don't need this breakfast, so I'll put it on the bench and then I'll come back in 20 minutes and say, oh, we found him. You found him, where was he? They can't have gone anywhere. You know, they can't get off the train, we're doing 125 miles an hour. You know, they didn't pop upstairs.
Anyone ordered the grill? No. Ordered the grill? No.
Miles south of Newcastle at York Station, another early morning employee is hard at work. On security today, Liam is one of East Coast's newest and happiest recruits.
Yeah, it's great working at York Station. People at York are great as well, sort of happy, friendly people, so you don't get too much trouble here. Sort of Friday and Saturday night, you get the odd drinker through, mainly from Doncaster.
Liam's still a railway rookie, but after serving his time as a security guard for 8 months, he's had some good news.
Thursday, I had a job interview to become a station customer support assistant, which is a step up from what I do now, so in theory it is a promotion. Got a call on Tuesday morning off my manager to say that I was successful and I got the job. I mean, it's a 6-month temporary contract, but I've got 6 months to work hard and make myself indispensable to the team, and then they'll have no choice but to keep me on, hopefully.
With his daybreak duties completed, Liam's excused from further frontline action today. Instead, he'll be training for his new role, the first step to realizing his dream of becoming a dispatcher. Dispatchers direct the movements of trains coming in and out of the station. They're responsible for keeping trains on time and passengers safe. Liam's initial training will last a week, taking him off chilly platform duty and into a heated classroom.
It'll be great to have a week off from security, yeah, I can rest my little legs up for a week. Nice warm classroom as well, so it won't be freezing like it is outside. So yeah, it should be a bit of a bonus.
But while Liam may be looking forward to putting his feet up, team leader Rachel has other ideas.
Follow me.
The aim of today's lesson is to show the class what all those confusing lights and symbols on the platforms really mean. So all those shifts spent whizzing around the station on security duty should stand Liam in good stead.
Trick question then. What's missing over here, which we've got over there?
No overhead lines.
Sorry?
No overhead lines.
Spot on.
Well done, Liam. Next up is the signal lights, which to the untrained eye may look like normal traffic lights, but are in fact much more complicated.
So it's showing red now. So red means stop, danger, yep.
Not as simple as traffic lights in a road, no. I mean, it's not too dissimilar. There are similarities there, but it's certainly not exactly the same. Definitely not.
So you would have green, say green first, then you would have yellow, and then red. Yep, okay.
Back on the early morning porridge express from Newcastle to London, Mark and Nigel are doing what all families do, bickering over breakfast.
So, the staff messed up the fish cakes.
The staff didn't mess up, the chef took the wrong orders. Can I just show you these 2 grills that the chef took the order for, that we didn't find anyone that had ordered them?
Because they're still up there.
Really?
Christy, our pet, even try to pin it on the chef now. Especially the best chef on the railway. I can't shut this door. I'm under pressure under the camera.
Can you not shut that door, Larry? Shut that door!
He likes it when I'm rough with him. Come on, get back. You've got to come to work and enjoy it. And if you're not doing a job you enjoy, at least have the people there who you enjoy working with. Get on with 99% of them as well, so it's fantastic. Well, whether they get on with me is a different matter. A cuddle. Cuddle. Special one.
Stop touching.
Sir. Seen the chemistry? Have you seen that there? Can't help himself. Do you know what I mean? I've told him I'm married, but he won't listen. Keeps on badgering us, pestering us.
Really?
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 Mark loves the breakfast shift, not just for the banter with Nigel, but because it means he finishes early and can be at home, where his family needs him even more than East Coast's early morning commuters.
Who's been naughty? No, you've been naughty, I bet. Now sit properly, legs down.
3 years ago, his wife Sam suffered a stroke, forcing Mark to take on the role of carer, both for Sam and their 3-year-old daughter Jessica.
Does Daddy take it? Why am I cutting your mummy's chicken?
Stroke.
A stroke. Since my wife had a stroke, it's totally changed me, as in the outlook at life. Now I come to work, I have a good laugh. I try to not forget about my home life, but take that out of the equation for a while and just enjoy my work. And then knowing that at the end of the work, I go back and go back into it, you know. He's never, ever dried my dishes, ever. And now, oh, you'd like it to dry up for you, Mark, would you? Sweetheart.
There you go, Mark. I'm drying your dishes.
Just put it down and go and do something else.
Okay, ta-ra.
Romance is alive and well on the Porridge Express.
Six-pack on that, yeah. Honestly, on top of a six-pack.
And it's crunch time for Liam as dispatch training gets serious.
There is no grey area. You absolutely have to be on the money.
East Coast employees often talk about their colleagues as if they were family, but the railway is also home to family in the literal sense. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, husbands, wives, mothers and fathers can all be found working alongside each other.
My grandma was what a crew leader is now, so the manager. My granddad was a chef.
My dad actually works on the railway.
My partner works for Network Rail. My husband works in the station. He's one of the duty managers. My sister's a god on board the trains, Karen Cordin. She's lovely.
Both my grandfathers and my father were on the railway.
My little boy's 7 and he gave us the biggest compliments because he did actually say, Mummy, I would like to do your job when I get older. So I thought, well, it can't be too bad if your little boy wants to do it.
At York, one of the East Coast family's youngest members, railway rookie Liam, has been working as a station security guard for 8 months, but he's been recently promoted and is now training for his dream job, train dispatcher. Working as a dispatcher means becoming a cog in a highly complex machine. With over 40 dispatchers working at York, and as many as 3 assigned to a single train, cooperation is essential. So team leader Rachel wants to test the class with a fiendish team-building task.
This rope here is going to go over or under or whatever you plan over every single person. I'm going to time you. So 5 minutes to decide how you're going to do it. Then I want to see everybody, whatever way you want to do it. That's one way. There are numerous ways to do it. I'll not show you them all because that would be cheating.
The class set about their task of getting 11 people to pass through a single elastic band.
Something like that.
It may look fun, but teamwork is a serious business, and exercises like this are key to building cooperation and confidence.
Don't want anybody pregnant at the end of this course, Mary.
Despite being the baby of the class, Liam's more than happy to take the lead.
Should we not like line up in 2 so then we can just like fly through then, can't we? Yeah, the course is going great so far. So it is quite tough, yeah, but hopefully if I get stuck in, I reckon get my head around it all before the end of the week.
If you had any doubts that a giant elastic band could be an effective tool for team building, prepare to be amazed.
Ready, steady, go!
18 seconds. Well done.
Glass may have passed the elastic exam with flying colours, but the real test will come later in the week when dispatch training moves out of the classroom and onto the platform.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the week. I've come absolutely nowhere near dispatching a train, but that's one step closer, I guess.
Back on the Porridge Express from Newcastle to London, Chef Mark and crew leader Nigel reflect on another successful shift.
Everyone's fed, everyone's watered, most of the dirties are in. All we have to do is clear everything away and relay in 45 minutes. But it's fine. I keep saying it's...
And have staff breakfast.
Oh, porridge. Yeah.
Aye, porridge. Porridge Express.
Arriving in King's Cross, a train full of commuters head off to start their working day, while on board, the staff look forward to returning home.
It's just gone 9 o'clock and it's half the day done, so when you think a lot of these people are just going to start work now and they're commuting to work, do their full day and then have to commute home where, you know, this is half of our day, we'll be finished by 1:30. Shouldn't be too bad on the way back, so fingers crossed.
And as the Porridge Express team begins the journey back to Newcastle, it's finally their time to settle down for a well-deserved breakfast.
It shows something when the chef has shreddies and banana instead of his own breakfast, isn't it? Are you enjoying yours, Nigel?
Are you on a diet though?
I've only had mushrooms.
You're on a cut down. The gym and everything.
No carbs before mobs. Open the door.
I should point out he's gone this. Yeah.
I've lost a stone and a half in 5 weeks. When I go out, I haven't got my chef's weights on and I like a staff night out. Like Nigel go, wow.
Oh, I do, I go, wow.
He just went one word, he went, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's constant because every season the chef's packing 6-pack under here, honestly, on top of a 6-pack.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
Wow.
At York Station, former security guard Liam is moving up the railway career ladder. But to secure his promotion to train dispatcher, he'll need to prove himself worthy on the platform. Today, he'll be mentored and assessed on the job by seasoned dispatcher Richard.
Things you're aware of as we know about bikes, big bags, passengers who might be unsure of the environment, guide dogs, wheelchair passengers who need assistance, things like that.
So I went out with Rich, which is good because he's a really nice guy, knows absolutely everything. So I'm going to observe him for a bit first, do him for the first few trains, and then hopefully have a go for myself.
York Station boasts 11 platforms, each with trains arriving and departing in both directions. If he's to make the grade, Liam will need to show Richard that he's familiar with a total of 22 light and signal combinations.
Yeah, it's definitely the next step up for me, yeah, definitely the next stage. It's a massive opportunity for me, really.
With an average of 40 trains dispatched on a typical shift, Liam could be responsible for as many as 200 trains a week, which means his life from now on will be a series of stops and starts and stops.
Day-to-day dispatch, this is the way it happens. You'll have passengers to assist and the train to dispatch safely. So I shall talk you through it when the train arrives.
First, Liam will assist with the dispatch of the 0735 service to London.
There's nothing untoward as it's coming past, nobody hanging out the windows, nothing hanging off the train.
Aside from passenger safety, the major concern when dispatching is to get the train out on time. With several other operators sharing the same tracks and stations and heavy financial penalties levied for late-running trains, there's no room for delays.
Check the doors because we're doing the front 3 or 4 carriages this morning. We have 300-400 trains a day to look after. Loud whistle, hand right up. We'll have another train in 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes after that, and 5 minutes after that. The trains keep coming thick and fast. See you later. And that is a train dispatched safely.
Beautiful.
All good.
Well played.
Yeah, 20 more to do. For your time.
It seems that Liam's performance has impressed his mentor. Next, he'll need to go it alone.
It's very intense, actually. The welfare and the well-being of the passengers and the timetable mean that it's a pressure cooker. You're absolutely in the zone when the trains are here. There is no grey area. You absolutely have to be on the money.
So we don't do latte coffees.
It's just coffee with hot milk and bottom up.
We don't do that either, sir. It's Italian.
Queen of the onboard shop, Michelle, has been part of the East Coast family for over 30 years. Today, she's on the London to Edinburgh service, proudly presiding over her well-stocked buffet carriage.
We've got the whiskey, the gin, the vodka, and the mixers. And also we've got magazines here now. That's a recent thing. We didn't have magazines until quite recently. So and then we've got all the crisps, the quavers. Oh, look, upside down, look. And we do the different flavours of crisps. In these fridges, we've got all the cold sandwiches and the hot sandwiches that we put in the oven to cook as well. So we've got quite a selection of stuff, so they're not going to go hungry, are they? They're not going to starve on board, so...
There's nothing Michelle enjoys more than serving the train-travelling public.
What's in an all-day breakfast sandwich?
The all-day breakfast is like bacon, sausage, egg, tomato, all in a panini, and we cook it for you, so it's a hot sandwich.
I'll have one of them.
Yeah.
Natural. That's good.
I do like people. I think if you don't like people, then it's no good being here, because then you're not going to enjoy your day, you're not going to interact with anybody. Where are you travelling with us today, sir?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Football.
Oh, is there football on?
Yeah, football in Glasgow.
Oh, I'm not into football. Some people just want to get out of their seat and have a wander and look at the scenery and, you know, have a bit of a, you know, rock and roll. The train's going on a bit of a lean at the moment. You have to get your legs sort of like that and sort of even your weight.
Michelle's job means the world to her, partly because she feels lucky to even be here.
3 years ago, I was a cancer patient. I've been through chemo and had operations, and I was sat in my hospital bed with cancer. And look at me now. See, I'm in remission now, so every day's a bonus. Oh, Bethany. Hello, darling.
Oh, nice to see you.
I know. I miss you, Beth. I do.
Well, you deserted this train, didn't you?
I left you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All I could think of when I was going through it was, I just want to get back to work. I just want to get back in my uniform. And, it's just such a big thing. It just makes me upset. But without me having this job, I don't think I would have recovered so well, and the support that I've had here, you know, because on the railway, we call it a family. It's not just a job, it's a lot more than that, you know, it's a lot more than that.
It's the moment of truth for Liam.
Right, got you ready? All ready. Ready for your first train?
Ready for my first train.
It's a new day in York, and on the station platform, recently promoted East Coast employee Liam prepares to dispatch his first ever train.
Morning, I've had Rich mentoring me. He's basically been talking me through the process, what he does when he dispatches trains. I've watched him dispatch 7 or 8 trains this morning. Now it's my turn. I'm dispatching the 929 down to London from York, so my first ever one, so I'm quite excited, but obviously nervous at the same time.
Dispatcher Liam's first service is a train bound for London, which carries up to 400 passengers.
Got your whistle?
Oh, still, yeah.
Got your baton?
Not a baton.
Got your radio?
Not a radio.
Ready for your first train?
Ready for my first train.
Good man.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's in Liam's hands now. The train's only 90 seconds away. I think he's a little bit nervous, which is right.
Well done, Liam. Now that's how you dispatch a train.
First one down.
First one down.
Job's a good one.
Well, don't rest on your laurels. We've got the 45, the 55 and the 01. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And now Liam's wetted his whistle. There's no stopping him.
You going on, sir? Thank you very much. Got a stone in my shoe.
Shift under
Get
your
in
belt.
there. Yes.
Good work. Really good work.
Day one of dispatching has gone really, really, really well. It couldn't have gone any better. It really couldn't. Everything has just gone smoothly. All the trains have gone out safely and on time as well, so it's been absolutely amazing. I'm dispatched out for the day, that's for sure. I'm knackered now. I'm ready to go home and go to bed now. Same again tomorrow. Yeah,
12 o'clock alarm call. Oh.
30 miles south in Leeds, another rookie hoping to make a lifelong career on the railways is 24-year-old Dan. He's in the final stages of training to be a guard on the line.
Has dropped down. Tell me, we're on his way.
Today is the final part of his on-the-job assessment, and mentor Andy, a guards manager, kicks off by asking Dan to stick his head out of the window of a moving train.
And you need to have your head out, and you need to be looking, because there's that additional risk of anybody trying to jump in or out of a window, someone pulling on a door, and you need to be looking for station staff to give you that emergency stop hand signal. If they did give you that emergency stop hand signal, what would you do?
I'd stop the train myself.
Would you stop the train?
I'd give one on the bell buzzer, which is in here. Give one on the...
Okay.
To the passengers on board, this is simply the 0815 from Leeds to London. But for Dan, it's a nerve-shredding examination hall on wheels.
How many central locking bolts are you going to isolate?
2, sorry. Well, today's really important, as obviously we've been training for the past 5 months now. It means a lot to me, because then I can go out and kind of do it on my own, which will be great.
Unfortunately for Dan, the questions keep coming.
Where's the isolation switch for these? You're going to do a brake continuity test. How long are you going to leave that handle turned for? How are you going to isolate this vestibule door if you've got a problem with it? What did we say we would check if we had a red status bar not illuminated? So if you've got someone locked in a toilet and they can't get out, how are you going to get them out?
Yeah, I'd firstly knock on the door, and I'd put it to 0, which manually you can open the door manually. And then number 1 is lockout of use.
That's the sort of thing you would do that if the toilet was flooding, defective, or shall we say unsavoury in some way.
With toilet training complete, Dan faces one final ordeal, a good old-fashioned written exam.
So, away you go. Any problems, give us a shout.
Yeah, will do.
Once you're finished, sign at the bottom of the page, I'll have a read through.
Yeah, great stuff, yeah.
Dan is desperate to succeed. A pass and he'll be given his own train. fail, and he's straight back to platform duty at Leeds until another vacancy opens up.
No, everybody that I've spoke to, even people that have been doing it for 40 years, even to this day, they get nervous about it because obviously it's a big thing.
You alright? Good.
Dan's not the only London-bound traveller facing a nerve-jangling inspection today. At Durham Station, a troupe of performers with big dreams and shiny pink costumes are boarding the train to King's Cross for what could be the biggest performance of their lives.
We're travelling from Durham to London for a performance in El Grande in London, which is one of the biggest salsa nights in UK ever, over 1,000 people. So it's going to be amazing, and we're so excited about it. As a performer, it's always been exciting to be in a show, in a part of a show, you know, and the excitement starts from packing, then the journey itself, till that you step on the stage.
I think it's really exciting, especially when the group gets together, and it's a really good banter between us, especially on the trains, and that's when we all get together and we have a good time.
You realise that you're
jokes
a team.
And yeah, you realise you're a team.
The salsa group are called the Latin Connection, and tonight's performance is part of one of the UK's biggest salsa events. They are managed by Jimmy, who's responsible for getting his nervous troupe to the theatre on time.
Trains are so punctual, we don't want to miss it. It's by the second, it's amazing.
All tickets, please.
Travelling by train is a great opportunity for the group to have a good catch-up, and the hot topic is costumes.
There is not much to it. I tell you, my dad loves it. We did have a few issues with boobs.
And it appears that music really is the food of love.
Like at first we were just sort of really good friends, weren't we? And then after one of the performances in Malta, sparks started to fly and went from there. So yeah.
We had a little bit of an adventure in Malta.
As the group approaches London, expectations are high for this evening's performance.
Overall, I'm well rehearsed, I think, you know, and I'm quite confident. But I've got a lot of faith in my teammates, and that's all that really matters, really. So I've got their support, they've got mine. We always get through it, so.
Finally, the train pulls into King's Cross.
Whoa, we're in London.
And there's just time for one last impromptu rehearsal.
Yeah, that's it.
Also approaching King's Cross, trainee guard Dan is about to hear the results of his final on-board assessment.
I'm still nervous, but the things that we've gone through, you know, I feel confident myself that I do. When I came to start on the railway with the East Coast, I started on the catering side of things, working on board a train. Then I wanted to get involved in the operational side. I went over to York, started from the bottom pretty much on the operational side of things, and then the guard is the next level up. You know, I just want to progress my career and go forward pretty much.
So my decision is that you have passed your assessment today, so well done and
congratulations.
Brilliant.
Thanks so much, great stuff, good news.
So what happens now is that I write candidate report.
Really ecstatic, there's been so much to take in over the 5 months, and to hear Andy say, you know, you're a train guard now and not a trainee train guard is brilliant news, you know. No doubt my mum will be really chuffed for me as well. She'll probably be dancing about the room, doing cartwheels and a few backflips.
Dan takes on his first train.
My name's Daniel, one of your train guards for your journey.
And there's a special celebration on board the breakfast service.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Mark.
It's early morning and Master Chef Mark is working the East Coast service from Newcastle to Edinburgh.
I just gotta go all the way to Edinburgh. Oh, soon.
Today he's in particularly fine fettle as he's been reunited with partner in crime Karen, together for the first time in weeks.
The sausage looks lovely.
Is the situation covered on the sausage front, is it?
Always covered.
No bother. Well, not always. There's been episodes.
Hello there. Where are you travelling to today?
No.
Can I get you some breakfast?
A busy commuter service means a train full of hungry passengers, and hungry can often mean demanding.
On your next lot, one no bacon.
You know, as if I've got time for this. One no bacon, one no sausage. Any good crew member would just say, just leave it on the plate, sir.
Well, I'm very sorry,
I
I'm
hope
not
that
a good
sausage
crew
doesn't
member.
offend you too much. You just
Ah,
leave it
show
one
your
side.
face, McLean.
Honestly. Cheers, Karen.
But Mark is saying any normal crew member would just say, can you leave it on the plate? However, this crew member is exceptional and treats every passenger as an individual. Ha ha!
Favourite time getting up, my favourite train's the 5 o'clock, the 5:25 from Newcastle. I love my earlies because then you can do something on a night time with the lads or with your wife and that, you know, so I should have said wife first. Do something with the wife and the lads if I've got time, you know.
Though trains and teams may vary, one thing you can rely on is the disagreement about the number of breakfasts ordered.
See, this is what will happen. They're telling me I've done one too many. Right, here it is. I'm going to put the mushroom on anyway because they'll want it. Because they'll want... Nah, I haven't. Even numbers in plates, odd numbers. You go away with that, and I guarantee that won't come back in the kitchen, right?
All right then.
Karen, I hope that plate doesn't come back in the kitchen. I'll never hear the last of it.
But it appears that this time at least, Mark's maths is top grade.
Karen?
Yes, Mark?
What?
No, look, it's here. It's in the bowl.
Is that breakfast? Is that breakfast back? I'll
Yeah, that's it, just there, look at the bowl.
I'll use that breakfast later if you
no,
want.
it's just in the bowl.
All right. So can I just, Karen, so is that right?
It's just in the bowl, Mark. I'm not even going to tell Mark that he was right.
At Leeds station, newly qualified Dan is ready to take responsibility for his first train. It may be his first day as a fully fledged guard, but you'd never know it. This guy's a natural.
My name's Daniel, one of your train guards for your journey.
Still tickets and rail cards there, please. Great stuff. Cheers, thank you.
Myself or any other member of the onboard team can be of any assistance throughout your journey. Please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.
It is a nerve-wracking experience your first time. I think it's just that initial getting that first day of being on your own out the way, and then it should get a bit more comfortable and confident.
Dan has taken to his new role like a duck to water, but there's no way he's going to let his debut pass unannounced.
Hi there. I'm a newbie. This is my first day of being passed out, you see. This is like my first day on my own. Strictly speaking, thanks very much. Cheers.
Oh, keep it that way.
He even proves a natural when it comes to handling rowdy passengers.
Hey guys, I don't mean to spoil your fun, but you are really, really, really loud. They can hear you in Coach B. I treat everybody the same, but obviously every individual is different, so it just depends on that individual. So, is it your birthday? How old? It was my birthday on Tuesday. I'm 25. Yeah.
She's double your age.
Yeah. I might be a soft touch. I don't know.
Back on the morning service from London to Edinburgh, it's lunchtime, and Mark is keen to show off his next culinary masterpiece.
Now I'm going to freshly prepare my lasagna. This morning, when I knocked them omelettes up in the morning, I would knock some lasagna up as well. And I individually make them, do you know, like your nana does at home? And you knock up a batch of lasagna and you freeze it. That's what I do. I knock it up with that. I bring it to work with us, you know.
Knocking out lasagnas is only one of Mark's many talents.
Who's the best singer?
Mark.
Best singer?
Aye.
Karen's a singer, you know. Karen, you've got a beautiful voice. Honestly, do you know when you sing? I just melt.
Your heart melt.
Honestly, it does. Oh, she sings all this crazy rub. Nobody knows these songs that she sings, right? But they're really good, don't you? Like, she changed her wedding song 4 times. Every one that she picked, I've never heard before, right? It's the lyrics, Mark. It's the lyrics. Karen.
No, that's the one that you do. That it was the journey.
Oh, honestly, I couldn't bear it. God.
While Mark washes up in the kitchen, Karen sneaks off to prepare a special surprise for her favourite chef.
It was Mark's birthday last week and he wasn't with us because we only see him every 4 weeks. So because this is the first day that we've seen him for 4 weeks, I've decided to bring a little cake and a little candle, but I can't light the candle because we're on a moving train. So we're going to go and sing happy birthday to Mark and give him a little cake.
Despite the carefully planned festivities, the age of the birthday boy remains a complete mystery.
I'm just going to guess that he's 32, and that's only because he's married and he's got a child, and his child's 3, so I'm just guessing that. I'm going to ask him.
Mark, how old are you?
25.
No. How
Didn't be that. 33 and never been kissed.
Back on the service from Leeds to London, Dan's first shift as guard is drawing to a close.
Again, my name is Dan, your train girl for your journey. On behalf of myself and Rachel, your crew leader, we'd just like to thank you for travelling with East Coast. Yeah, it's been really good. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It's been challenging, to say the least, but I've enjoyed it. So hopefully get a bit more experience. And I should be okay. I think I'll be okay. I will. You too. Thanks so much. See ya.
Bye. On Thursday last week,
yes,
was like some sort of special day for someone. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, the car's lovely and... Oh, thank you. I'd like to accept this cake on behalf of all my work colleagues and my family, and thanks for getting us to where I am today. All right. Happy birthday, just for you.
The monkey.
Mark, hope you had a lovely day, lots of love. Colette, Karen, Sue and Kaza.
Sit with me. Yeah.
Oh. Come here, 3 in 1 cuddle. Oh. Isn't that lovely?
No.
See you later, Don.
Bye, Mark.